Hello, boys and girls. Chad back again with a Kinetics home or travel workout. This is one that we really recommend. Just get outside, even if it's a little bit cool or rainy. Do the best you can. Obviously, if it's horrible out and you got to take this indoors, we'll offer some options on how you can adjust accordingly, but we really encourage you to get outside for this one. Our prep portion today, 3 to 4 sets of 1 minute of line drills, followed by 10 quad to down dog positions, so quadruped to down dog. Then 10 walking long lunges. If you are indoors for this and have a confined space, you would just go take 1 or 2 steps, turn around, come back 1 or 2 steps, right? Relatively stationary, semi-walking lunge. The last thing we have is 4 to 6 bounding strides. Again, if you're indoors for this one, we'll offer some options. It will likely just be kind of a reverse lunge into a vertical jump. But let's get started. So your line drill, you'll notice I have 2 cones behind me, right? I'm gonna pick, these are more narrow than what I'm gonna suggest for you guys, just to keep it in frame. But choose 2 points that are roughly 20, maybe 30 feet apart, okay? And we're just going to run line to line for a minute. Okay, so pretty simple, right? I'm gonna start on one side, start my minute, boom, get all the way across and back, and all the way across and back. I'm just going back and forth, not a lateral slide, right? We're running about 20, 30 feet between, and you're moving for a minute. Increase your effort as the sets go on. After that, our quadruped to down dog, we're simply starting on hands and feet, back flat and parallel to the floor, and from here I'm gonna push up into a down dog position, control back down, up, control back down. If I wanna throw it in, I can come up, touch, up, touch, a little bit of added stability work and control. But 10 total reps there. Our walking long lunge, that long lunge is just a longer step than you normally take. So a typical lunge, we want to see about a 90 degree bend at the knee and the hip of both legs. For this long, walking long lunge, I'm going to step out a little bit farther than normal and come up. Step out a little bit farther than normal and come up. Okay, it should feel a little bit more of a stretch through the hip and quad of the back leg, and probably a little bit more of a pull with the glute and hamstring of the forward leg. So again, if you're inside, just think about maybe you just do what I just did there. You take 2 steps, turn around and come back, right? Last one, 4 to 6 bounding strides. A little bit difficult for me to show you on the video, but there is a linked video on the notes in SugarWOD for you to reference. Basically, you're trying to take really long, explosive strides, okay, 4 to 6 steps. So I'm gonna do my best to replicate it on here for you. But as I come through, okay, I'm trying to drive off and create a lot of spring and power on each stride. If you are indoors and you can't do this, you don't have the space to do it, I'm gonna ask you to go into a reverse lunge. So we're gonna step back and then up into driving that knee as high as you can. So almost like a power skip on that. So that reverse lunge, and we'll go 2 to 3 reps each side for that. Cool? Prep section done. If you know you're gonna cut this sweat portion because sprints and bear crawls and stuff is really, really tough for you, you're gonna cut it down towards the 6 set range. I encourage you to do 4 sets of the prep work. So our sweat piece today is 6 to 10 sets, push effort, 100-foot bear crawl, fast, and 100-foot sprint. Rest as needed between, okay? That rest should allow you to recover as much as possible so that each set is a really high effort, okay? If you're getting into your 3rd and 4th set and you feel real sluggish, you know you're notably slower than you were when you started, you need to increase that rest a little bit, right? We're working on speed and being explosive and that high, short burst of energy that we're putting out, right? So if you feel yourself start to slow down a lot, you're probably not resting enough, okay? You will likely have to rest significantly longer than what your work is, right? You're probably, average person is probably looking at 30, maybe 40 seconds of work here because the bear crawl is gonna be a little slower than the run, okay? Pick 2 points that are about 100 feet. Guess what? If it's 110 or 92, that's not the end of the world, right? Pick something outdoors. If you go to a track, it'll probably be a little bit easier. But if you're just out in a field or something like that, it may be a little more difficult. Have some fun with it. Remember, it's just movement, it's exercise. We're working hard on this. But hit that 100 foot of bear crawl, 100 foot of sprints, fast, okay? Bear crawl, remember, we're just moving hands and feet. I'm not overly concerned with stepping in opposition on this or anything, but we're just moving as fast as we can, okay? On that bear crawl, 100 feet forward, stand right up, turn around, run back to your start point. Cool? We will rest after each set as needed to recover fully. When we're all done with either our somewhere between 6 and 10 sets of that, we will move on to our breathe portion, which is 5 minutes, deep diaphragmatic breathing in a static back position. So when we get into this position, if you're at a park or something, see if you can find a bench or maybe a log or a stump or something you can put your feet up onto. Okay, but you're just gonna get into a position on your back and elevate your feet, or your legs rather, onto that bench or whatever it is that you have available. And we're gonna relax, breathe into the belly here. If you're just out in the middle of space and there's absolutely nothing you can put your feet up on, you can, if you're near a fence or a wall, you can put the soles of your feet on the wall and try that, or just put them straight up in the air, or just simply lay soles of the feet flat on the ground. Deep breathing here, eyes closed, trying to get yourself calmed down and into that recovery mode. So we're working to be able to breathe in through the nose, out through the mouth, and we want to try and elongate each section of that breath. So long inhale, hold that inhalation, long exhale, hold that exhalation, right? You probably won't be able to do that right away when you finish the workout, but we want to try to get to that point. As always, if you want to layer in some extra time and turn this into a little 10 or 15 minute meditation session, I can't recommend it highly enough. I really like doing that. It's kind of a 2-for-1, get my workout in, get a little mindfulness practice in right at the end, as well as kind of kickstarting the recovery process through parasympathetic breathing. So give that a shot. Don't skip the breathe portion, guys. Work really hard, have fun, and we'll see you next time.